Pakistan rises from the Arabian Sea to the world's highest mountains, a nation where three of Earth's greatest mountain ranges, the Himalayas, Karakoram, and Hindu Kush, converge in geological drama, creating peaks that pierce 8,000 meters into the sky. Beyond Islamabad's modern avenues and Karachi's bustling port lies a Pakistan where ancient Silk Road caravansaries still stand in mountain valleys, where glaciers feed rivers that carved gorges through solid rock, where turquoise lakes reflect snow-capped peaks, and where fortress ruins tell stories of empires that controlled the passes between Central Asia and the Indian subcontinent. This is not the Pakistan of news headlines. This is the nation where 5 of the world's 14 8,000er peaks tower above northern valleys, where the Karakoram Highway connects China to Pakistan through mountain passes, and where diverse cultures maintain traditions spanning millennia. So smash that subscribe button on Passport Unfolded right now. Hit the notification bell and prepare to see Pakistan as the mountain paradise it truly is. Fairy Meadows sits at 3,300 meters elevation in the shadow of Nanga Parbat, the world's 9th highest peak at 8,126 meters, locally called Killer Mountain, for claiming more climbers' lives per summit attempt than any other 8,000er. The meadow spreads like a green carpet across the mountainside, wildflowers blooming in summer against the backdrop of Nanga Parbat's massive Rakiat face, rising 4,500 vertical meters from base to summit in one of Earth's greatest mountain walls. The approach requires a jeep ride on Pakistan's most dangerous road, a narrow track carved into cliff faces, where passing is impossible and one mistake means a 1,000-meter drop, followed by a 3-hour hike through pine forests. The meadow offers camping under stars so clear the Milky Way casts shadows, sunrise views when first light catches Nanga Parbat's summit, turning it golden, and hiking to higher viewpoints where the peak dominates every direction. The silence here is profound, broken only by wind through the grass and the distant rumble of avalanches on the peak above. HUNZA Valley stretches through the Karakoram Mountains where terraced apricot orchards cascade down slopes, ancient villages built from stone cling to hillsides, and Rakaposhi Peak, 7,788 meters, rises directly from the valley floor, creating one of the world's greatest vertical reliefs. The valley has inspired legends of longevity, its inhabitants reportedly living past 100 while maintaining active lifestyles. The secrets allegedly lying in apricot-rich diets, mineral water from glaciers and mountain air. The terraced fields turn white in spring when apricot blossoms blanket the valley, golden in autumn when leaves change before harvest, creating seasonal transformations photographed worldwide. The Karakoram Highway bisects the valley, Chinese trucks rumbling toward the Khunjarab Pass, while tourists pause at viewpoints where 7,000-meter peaks surround the horizon. Villages like Karimabad maintain traditional culture, women weaving carpets, men tending orchards, while new hotels and restaurants cater to increasing tourism drawn by mountain scenery and cultural authenticity. The polo ground hosts traditional matches where horsemen compete with fierce intensity. PASSU cones rise like Gothic cathedral spires from the Karakoram Range, their distinctive pointed peaks creating a jagged skyline visible for kilometers along the Karakoram Highway. These pyramidal mountains, though only 6,000 meters, create more dramatic profiles than many higher peaks. Their sharp ridges and steep faces making them mountaineering challenges requiring technical climbing skills. The PASSU Glacier flows from the peaks, its surface a chaotic jumble of ice towers, crevasses, and meltwater streams accessible via walking trails from PASSU village. The suspension bridge over the HUNZA River sways and bounces as tourists cross, the cables creaking, the river roaring below, and the PASSU cones dominating the view upstream. The village retains traditional Wakhi culture, the ethnic group inhabiting Upper HUNZA speaking a distinct language and maintaining customs different from downstream valleys. Guest houses offer simple accommodations with million-dollar views. The cones visible from windows, sunrise painting them pink, and stars appearing so numerous at night, the sky seems more light than dark. The area provides trekking to Batura Glacier and photography opportunities that fill memory cards. ATTABAD Lake formed in 2010 when a massive landslide blocked the HUNZA River, creating a natural dam that flooded upstream valleys, submerging the Karakoram Highway, displacing thousands, and creating a 21-kilometer lake of the most impossibly turquoise water. The disaster initially devastated local communities. Homes drowned, farms submerged, villages cut off. But the lake now attracts tourists drawn by its otherworldly color, caused by glacial flowers suspended in the water reflecting light in shades of blue and green that seem photoshopped even when viewed directly. Boats ferry passengers across sections the highway no longer reaches. Jet skis zip across the surface, and viewpoints along the new road above the lake offer panoramas across the water to snow peaks reflected in the turquoise mirror. The submerged highway visible beneath the clear water creates an eerie underwater landscape, while drowned trees emerging from the surface create abstract compositions photographers capture in golden hour light. The lake demonstrates nature's dual character, beautiful yet destructive, creating paradise through disaster. Tourist facilities rapidly developed along the shores, transforming tragedy into economic opportunity. NALTAR Valley, northwest of Gilgit, transforms into Pakistan's most colorful landscape when autumn arrives, and the forests explode in shades of gold, orange, rust, and red that coat hillsides in natural artistry. The valley has 3 NALTAR lakes at different elevations, each reflecting surrounding peaks and forests, in water so still it creates perfect mirror images, doubling the visual impact. The ski resort operates in winter when Pakistan's few ski enthusiasts descend slopes that, while modest by European standards, provide the novelty of skiing in a Muslim country where the call to prayer echoes across snow-covered mountains. The forests consist mainly of pine, fir, and birch, with autumn colors peaking in October when domestic tourists flood the valley for photography sessions, family picnics, and the simple pleasure of experiencing fall foliage that rivals New England. The drive from Gilgit requires navigating rough tracks, climbing through increasingly dramatic scenery, gorges, rushing rivers, villages clinging to slopes, before reaching the valley where the forest colors create visual overload. Local guest houses provide basic accommodations, allowing multi-day stays exploring different lakes and viewpoints as light changes throughout the day. KUMRAT Valley in Upper Dire District remains among Pakistan's least touristed mountain valleys, despite possessing scenery rivaling better-known destinations. Emerald green meadows spreading beneath pine-covered slopes, the Panchkora River flowing crystal clear through the valley, and snow peaks visible through gaps in the forest, creating compositions that belong in fantasy films. The valley sees most visitors during summer when urban Pakistanis escape the heat, pitching tents beside the river, grilling meat over fires, and letting children play in the cold mountain water while adults relax in the meadow shade. The KACHURA Lake requires a strenuous hike through forest and over passes. The effort rewarded by an alpine lake surrounded by peaks with water so clear, you can watch trout swimming below the surface. The valley retains traditional Pashtun culture, hospitality offered without expectation of payment, men gathering for evening conversations, women managing households, creating cultural experiences alongside natural beauty. The road deteriorates to a barely drivable track in sections, requiring four-wheel drive and strong stomachs for switchbacks above steep drops, but this difficulty preserves the valley's unspoiled character, keeping mass tourism at bay. HOPAR Valley opens dramatically at the confluence of the BALTIT and HOPAR glaciers, massive rivers of ice descending from 7,000-meter peaks, creating a landscape of ice towers, meltwater lakes, and moraine hills demonstrating glacial power. The HOPAR Glacier stretches over 12 kilometers, its surface accessible via trails from HOPAR village where locals guide visitors onto the ice explaining crevasse dangers and glacier movement measured in meters per year. The valley provides views to numerous peaks including Spantik, 7,027 meters, whose name means unclimbable in the local Brusho language, though modern mountaineers have reached its summit via technical routes. The Rush Lake Trek from HOPAR village climbs to one of the world's highest alpine lakes at 4,600 meters. The multi-day journey requiring camping at high altitude, crossing streams via precarious log bridges, and ascending seemingly endless switchbacks rewarded by a turquoise lake, surrounded by snow peaks reflecting in still water. Traditional villages dot the valley, their stone and wood houses blending into the mountain scenery, fields of wheat and potatoes growing in terraces carved from slopes, creating scenes unchanged for centuries. Shigar Valley, north of SKARDU, serves as the base for expeditions to K2, the world's second highest and arguably most dangerous peak, with mountaineering teams passing through the valley en route to Baltoro Glacier and the Karakoram Giants beyond. The Shigar Fort, a 600-year-old palace converted into a heritage hotel, demonstrates traditional Balti architecture with carved wooden details, thick stone walls, and courtyards where apricot trees provide shade during summer heat. The valley spreads wide with the Shigar River meandering through, villages surrounded by poplar trees creating windbreaks, and irrigation channels bringing glacial water to fields where barley, wheat, and vegetables grow in the brief summer between spring melt and autumn freeze. The Sarfaranga cold desert lies beyond the valley where sand dunes form at 5,000 meters elevation, surrounded by snow peaks creating the surreal combination of Sahara and Antarctica in one landscape. Local culture preserves Balti traditions, polo matches on rough fields, traditional weddings lasting days, and the unique Balti language mixing Tibetan roots with Persian and Urdu influences, creating a linguistic bridge between Central Asia and the subcontinent. KACHURA Lake, near SKARDU, gained fame as Shangri-La Lake, after a resort built on its shores used the name marketing itself as the earthly paradise from James Hilton's novel. The comparison apt when viewing the lake's deep blue water, reflecting snow peaks, and surrounded by flowering orchards in spring. The upper and lower KACHURA lakes sit at 2,500 meters elevation, where the desert climate of SKARDU meets the influence of mountain glaciers, creating a unique ecosystem. The resort features a restaurant built from a crashed aircraft converted into dining space, the plane's fuselage creating a quirky attraction that pairs oddly with the traditional landscape. The lake's color varies with depth and light, sometimes deep blue, other times turquoise, occasionally appearing almost purple. The changing hues creating photography opportunities throughout the day as sun angles shift. Boating on the calm water provides perspectives of surrounding mountains inaccessible from shore, while hiking trails above the lake offer panoramic views across the entire basin. The area demonstrates how tourism development can preserve natural beauty while providing local employment, ensuring economic benefits reach communities. Sarfaranga Cold Desert near Kaplu in Ganj district creates one of the world's highest deserts where sand dunes form at 4,500 meters elevation, surrounded by snow-covered peaks creating surreal juxtaposition. Golden sand against white snow. Warm dunes beneath icy peaks. The desert formed from sediment deposited by ancient glaciers. Wind patterns sculpting the particles into dunes that shift and move despite the altitude. The best time to visit is summer when snow melts from access routes and temperatures allow camping, though even July nights at this altitude require serious cold weather gear as temperatures drop below freezing. The silence here is absolute. No birds, no insects, no wind sometimes, creating an eerie stillness broken only by footsteps crunching on sand. Photography opportunities abound. Sunrise lighting dunes golden while peaks glow pink. Midday creating harsh shadows emphasizing dune contours. Sunset painting everything in warm light before rapid transition to freezing night. The desert remains little known even within Pakistan. Its remoteness and difficulty of access, keeping visitor numbers minimal, preserving its pristine character for those willing to endure rough roads and basic camping to experience this unique landscape. If you're blown away by Pakistan's mountain kingdoms, from turquoise lakes to glacial valleys, smash that subscribe button on Passport Unfolded and hit the notification bell because we're only halfway through this incredible journey. Every fortress, desert, and peak has stories that challenge everything you thought you knew about Pakistan. Like, comment, and share if you want to explore more hidden corners of the world with us. Did you know Pakistan contains 5 of the world's 14 peaks over 8,000 meters? Stay tuned because the adventure is just getting started, and the next destination will take us from high mountains to ancient cities. Keep exploring with Passport Unfolded, where we venture beyond headlines to discover the real soul of every destination. Comment below which mountain valley amazed you most, and whether you'd brave the Karakoram Highway to see these peaks yourself. KATPANA desert spreads near SKARDU town, creating another high-altitude cold desert, where sand dunes form at 2,200 meters elevation, lower than SARFARANGA but equally surreal when snow-capped peaks surround golden dunes. The desert serves as the gateway to SKARDU for travelers arriving by road. The sudden transition from mountain forests to sand dunes, startling first-time visitors expecting green valleys all the way to town. The dunes support sparse vegetation, hardy bushes, occasional grass clumps, demonstrating adaptation to extreme conditions where summer heat and winter cold both reach extremes. Camel safaris operate during tourist season, the Bactrian camel's thick wool protecting them from cold, while tourists bounce uncomfortably on saddles, photographing the incongruous sight of camels against a Himalayan backdrop. The cold desert resort offers accommodations, its name honestly advertising the temperature drops that catch visitors unprepared for how cold desert nights become at altitude. Locals harvest sand for construction, creating mini mountains of graded material beside extraction sites. The desert's proximity to SKARDU makes it easily accessible, creating a popular day trip destination when other valleys require full-day journeys on difficult roads. SKARDU town sits at 2,200 meters elevation, where the Indus River meets the SHIGAR River, creating an oasis in the high-altitude desert serving as the administrative center for Pakistan's mountain tourism. The bazaar bustles with expedition outfitters selling climbing gear, tour operators arranging treks, and restaurants serving Balti cuisine. Flatbread baked fresh, meat stews seasoned with local spices, and endless cups of chai keeping conversations flowing. The Carpaccio Fort overlooks town from a rocky promontory, its ruins demonstrating the strategic importance of controlling this valley where routes converge from Kashmir, Tibet, and the Karakoram passes. The polo ground hosts matches during season, the Balti version playing with fewer rules than the British sport, creating chaotic action where horses and riders collide in pursuit of the ball while spectators cheer from hillside perches. The airport ranks among the world's most spectacular, surrounded by peaks, with approaches requiring pilots to navigate mountain valleys, weather often closing it for days when clouds fill passes. The town has expanded rapidly as tourism grows, new hotels rising, restaurants opening, yet it retains mountain town character where hospitality remains genuine rather than merely commercial. The Indus River flows 3,180 kilometers from the Tibetan Plateau through the entire length of Pakistan to the Arabian Sea, its waters sustaining agriculture that feeds 200 million people. Its history entwined with civilizations dating back 5,000 years to the Indus Valley civilization that built Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa. The river's character changes dramatically along its length. A rushing mountain torrent in the north, a braided stream across northern plains, a massive flow through Punjab's canal systems, and finally a vast delta in Sindh. The Karakoram Highway follows the river through spectacular gorges where the water has carved through solid rock, creating vertical walls hundreds of meters high. Rafting and kayaking operate on sections with appropriate rapids, though most of the river's volume serves irrigation through one of the world's largest canal systems. The river's silt builds farmland but also fills reservoirs, reducing dam capacity. Its flooding causes periodic disasters, but its water enables Pakistan's existence. Sacred to multiple faiths, crossed by armies throughout history and essential to modern Pakistan's survival, the Indus represents the thread connecting past to present, mountains to sea. GWADAR on the Makran coast in Balochistan combines ancient fishing village heritage with China-Pakistan economic corridor development, transforming it into a deep-water port connecting Central Asia to the Arabian Sea. The natural harbor, one of the region's finest, attracted attention for decades before Chinese investment began construction of facilities handling massive ships, bringing goods from the Gulf and Africa, while exporting Pakistani and Central Asian products. The town retains character in old quarters where Balochi fishermen still launch boats pursuing tuna using methods passed through generations. The Hammerhead Peninsula divides the harbor from the open ocean, its rocky form creating sheltered waters ideal for port operations, while the exposed side offers surf breaks attracting Pakistan's small but dedicated surfing community. The development has brought controversy, fears of cultural change, questions about economic benefits reaching locals, environmental concerns about development impacts, but it's transformed GWADAR from sleepy fishing village to boomtown in 2 decades. The surrounding Makran landscape creates dramatic scenery, rust-colored mountains, hidden beaches, and unique geology where tectonic uplift created marine terraces now sitting hundreds of meters above sea level, demonstrating Earth's geological processes. BALTIT Fort in Karimabad served as the residence of HUNZA's hereditary rulers for over 700 years. Its position on a cliff above the valley, providing both defensive advantages and dramatic views across terraced fields to Rakaposhi Peak. The fort demonstrates vernacular architecture adapted to mountain conditions. Thick stone walls providing thermal mass, wooden balconies catching winter sun, and compact design minimizing heat loss during harsh winters when temperatures plummet. The Aga Khan Trust for Culture restored the fort in the 1990s when it faced collapse from neglect. The renovation preserving original materials and techniques while stabilizing structures ensuring future generations can experience this architectural heritage. The interior displays traditional furnishings, household items, and weapons demonstrating royal life when Hunza was an independent principality controlling the Silk Road route through the Karakoram. The views from upper levels explain the strategic importance. The entire valley visible, approaching enemies spotted hours before arrival, and the location itself, making siege difficult. The fort now operates as a museum, its ticket fees supporting ongoing preservation, while cultural events held in courtyards animate the space with traditional music and dance connecting present inhabitants to their princely past. SKARDU Fort, or Carpaccio Fort, perches on a rocky outcrop above SKARDU town, its ruined walls and towers demonstrating the strategic importance of controlling the confluence where the SHIGAR and INDUS rivers meet. The fort dates to the 8th century with additions and modifications through subsequent centuries as different powers contested control of the region. The climb to the fort follows steep paths through rock outcrops, the effort rewarded by panoramic views across SKARDU Valley, the town spreading below, the Indus River snaking through the desert landscape, and snow peaks surrounding the horizon in every direction. The ruins include remnants of residential quarters, storage rooms, and water cisterns demonstrating the garrison's self-sufficiency during sieges. Local legends attached to the fort, stories of princesses imprisoned, treasure hidden, supernatural guardians protecting ruins, each guide offering variations on themes creating oral history that may contain kernels of truth buried in embellishment. Sunset viewing from the fort has become a tourist ritual, the low light painting mountains in alpenglow, the town below beginning to sparkle with lights, and the vast landscape demonstrating the isolation that preserved Baltistan's unique culture for centuries before modern roads connected it to the world. BADSHAHI Mosque in Lahore stands as the Mughal Empire's architectural culmination. Built by Emperor Aurangzeb in 1671, with capacity for 100,000 worshippers, making it the world's largest mosque for over 3 centuries. The courtyard spreads across 26,000 square meters of white marble reflecting the scorching sun, its vastness deliberately overwhelming visitors with imperial power and Islamic devotion combined. The four minarets rise 54 meters, their red sandstone construction decorated with white marble inlay, creating the Mughal signature aesthetic. The prayer hall's interior displays intricate fresco work and carved marble, demonstrating craftsmanship where individual stones were shaped so precisely no mortar was needed. The mosque faced decline during Sikh and British rule, used as military garrison and ammunition depot, but post-independence restoration returned it to religious function. The call to prayer echoing across Lahore 5 times daily reaches millions living in the surrounding city. Visiting requires modest dress and respectful behavior, but non-Muslims can enter outside prayer times experiencing the grandeur that defined an empire's artistic and spiritual ambitions. Faisal Mosque in Islamabad breaks from traditional mosque architecture with a modernist design resembling a Bedouin tent. Its angular concrete form spreading beneath the Margala Hills, creating Islamabad's most recognizable landmark. Designed by Turkish architect Vedat Dalokay and completed in 1986, the mosque can accommodate 300,000 worshippers between the main hall and surrounding courtyards, making it South Asia's largest mosque. The 4 minarets rise 90 meters each, positioned not at corners but at edges, creating the tent-like profile, while the prayer hall's interior eschews traditional domes for a geometric ceiling and minimalist decoration, allowing architecture itself to inspire contemplation. King Faisal of Saudi Arabia funded construction, his name attached both in recognition and creating ties between Pakistan and the Gulf states that have defined Pakistani economics and foreign policy for decades. The mosque sits at the northern edge of Islamabad, where the planned capital city meets the Margala Hills National Park, creating juxtaposition between urban development and protected natural areas. The approach via Faisal Avenue creates dramatic reveals as the mosque emerges behind trees, demonstrating how contemporary Islamic architecture can honor tradition while embracing modernity. Shah RUKN-E-ALAM's tomb in Multan represents the pinnacle of pre-Mughal Islamic architecture in South Asia. Built in 1320 for the Sufi saint, whose teachings drew disciples from across the region, creating Multan's identity as the City of Saints. The octagonal structure rises 50 meters, its red brick exterior decorated with glazed blue and white tile work, creating geometric patterns that shimmer in the harsh Punjab sun. The dome's shape, hemispherical, unlike the onion domes later favored by Mughals, demonstrates Persian architectural influence traveling east along trade routes that made Multan wealthy. The tomb's interior displays intricate woodenwork, glazed tile panels, and the saint's grave, attracting devotees who visit seeking blessing or intercession. The Qawwali performances held during Thursday night gatherings create Sufi devotional music, filling the tomb's acoustics with harmonium, tabla, and voices singing mystical poetry in Punjabi, Persian, and Urdu, creating trance-like states among participants. The tomb sits atop Multan's old fort, its elevated position visible for kilometers across the surrounding plains. The site represents Pakistan's Sufi heritage, creating spaces where music, poetry, and spirituality merge in experiences transcending sectarian divisions. If you've journeyed through 20 Pakistani destinations from 8,000-meter peaks to ancient Sufi shrines, you're clearly someone who recognizes that Pakistan contains extraordinary diversity that Western media rarely portrays accurately. You're the traveler who understands that Pakistan preserved mountain cultures through centuries of isolation and now opens to travelers willing to look beyond stereotypes. So, smash that subscribe button on Passport Unfolded, absolutely demolish that notification bell, and drop a comment telling us which Pakistani destination captured your imagination. Share this with anyone who still thinks Pakistan is just conflict zones, because they need to see the Karakoram's majesty and the hospitality of mountain villages. Until next time, keep exploring with Passport Unfolded, where the world's highest roads lead to glacier valleys, where 3 mountain ranges converge, creating the planet's greatest concentration of high peaks, and where a nation defies easy categorization revealing itself to those who visit with open minds and respectful curiosity. Now get out there and experience Pakistan.